shit he fucking says.
Did you start the damn
Bullshit.
show?
Yeah. Get close to your mic, you stupid fuck.
Did you start the damn show?
Yeah.
We're already starting with the show and already arguing.
Ignorant prick.
I was waiting for heathen or something.
Heathen.
Heathen. Welcome to the Creative Hangout. I am Josh.
And I am Will.
We are on episode 11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to think. I was like, I don't fucking know.
I don't know how people always remember because they always like, oh, we're at episode this. And I'm like,
I think they check
11?
beforehand. I can actually look real quick.
Because we're actually like ahead of schedule now. We're recording with one still in the can, as some would say. But we don't have cans.
I like to say in the pocket.
Ooh, in the pocket works too. We actually have pockets.
Start talking because I can't find it real quick.
So let's get some
Yeah.
promoting.
This is the 11th.
Yeah, episode 11. We're a couple weeks out from Megacon and Ocala and Mega Convention. So just so everybody knows, make sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We have it all. We would like some fan interaction, a little bit more than what we've been getting.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, we've gotten some pretty good responses, etc. But more is always better.
yeah. So if you guys want us to talk about a subject or toss around a question or something like that, I mean, we'll probably fuck it all up. But you can hit us up on the Facebook. You can PM us private message for those that are not in the know. You could post it on the wall. You could also email us at thecreativehangoutpodcast@gmail.com.
I always forget we have an email.
So do I, and I had to think of what the fuck it was for a minute.
It feels weird thinking like we have an email, like a collective email.
I was talking to my buddy Nelson from up in Ohio.
Mandela? He's dead. That's fucked up, bro.
He talks to me from beyond the grave. No, I was talking to a bunch of different people that have been listening to us, but I talked to my buddy Nelson, and because he knew we were starting one, and then we didn't talk for a while.
Right.
And then he like how you and I used to be.
Right.
Even now, we only talk to each other when we're doing a show.
That's true.
It actually works out though, because we can actually do a whole hour or two.
Right.
But so he's like, "Oh, how's the podcast going?" I'm like, "Oh, it's going real good. We got like 9 episodes in." He goes, "Holy shit, you're 9 episodes in?" I'm like, Yeah. He goes, all right, well, I'll take a listen as soon as I can. So he hopped on just episode 9. He goes, damn, dude, you guys sound professional and everything. I'm like, oh, I wouldn't go that far. He goes, but no, seriously, like, it starts off with a fucking theme song. I'm like, well, I don't do shit half-assed.
Wait till he hears number 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got.
We got.
But I used Manic's music for the opening and the closing.
Yeah, big thank you for Manic for joining us for episode 10.
Yes.
We are now in double digits. That
I know,
makes me
right?
feel even special.
Yeah.
Like before, they're like, "How many episodes do you have?" I'm like, 9 that are out," and that just sounded, yeah. But now it's like, ooh, 10 comes out soon.
10.
So
yeah, we're at the
double
doubles.
fucking digits.
Yeah, definitely. If you started listening now, it's a great time because
don't go back.
That one with Manic was fucking good.
Well, on episode
9.
Episode 9's funny, fucking
Dude.
hilarious. We have Bunny, the person I'm married to.
His wife.
God damn it! You can't say it unless I say it. We also have your buddy Dom.
Yeah, my best friend Dom. I'm still gonna say it. Fuck you. I had to think. I was like, am I gonna agree to that? No. Fuck those terms.
And my brother from Ohio, Jesse.
Right.
And there's the frustration filled with me and Jesse after 2 days of Megacon, Dom drinking absinthe, my wife my wife, and Will showing up. You were not crotchety. You were off that night. I don't know what.
No, you know what it was? It was
We did kill your ears a couple of times.
Yeah, that honestly, I was doing okay until that shit happened.
Oh, if you want to see something hilarious though, watch episode 9 on YouTube. We have a camera on me and Will the whole time, and it is the funniest shit ever. Especially when I forget that Will has headphones in and I scream the F word in the mic.
Yeah, it was pretty detrimental to my hearing. And
are they still ringing?
My overall happiness.
Your ovaries?
No, those have descended. Thank you. They are now testicles. Good sir.
But yeah, so I did get while I was at Ocala. I had a couple of their artists friends of mine.
Okay.
I can have everything, and they stopped by, and they were talking. They've listened to a bunch of episodes, I guess.
Oh, okay.
And what's funny is we're only like, this is episode 11 now. I don't remember what we talk about. So she's talking about something about the tattoos. I'm like, what?
Oh.
What are you talking? And then they're like, you're talking about the tattoos with the young kids and everything. I'm like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They said they laughed their asses off on that episode.
What was that one? What did I call that one? Something tattoos.
Something tattoos.
Yeah, it was like the tattoo convention. That's what I named
Oh,
it.
yeah, because we were doing a mix because I was promoting Megacon.
Right. Oop. Sorry.
Oop. So yeah, did you wanna go with what we were just talking about and bitching at each other before we start? Just hit the record button.
Oh, that's up to you, man. If you wanna try to lose that argument, that's fine. Yeah.
I ain't not gonna argue with you. Everybody loves everything differently, or hates everybody views everything differently. So
no, that's objectively wrong to like that, though.
Hey, fuck you. So right now, we're coming up to the weekend after the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles has come out. So this is my first weekend free, and I have nothing. I have 2 months off until my next convention. So I'm taking like a week or two off from anything art-wise. So I'm going to a family lunch dinner thing on Saturday, and then I told Will that I'm going to go see the new Turtles movie. And he started talking shit.
No, I didn't talk shit. I said, I'm sorry.
Yeah. And I said, fuck you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I like the first one.
And I was like, oh, wow. You were the one.
I've met quite a few people that have liked the film.
You and the 14 other children that went to see it, I guess.
Oh, come on, man. What's wrong with it?
There was a lot wrong with it. You know what? One of my biggest problems was actually the story of how Splinter became a martial arts expert. Like, in the original movies, the ones from the 90s, I was like, he fucking watched his master do them. I'm like, I can kind of dig that. Okay, that's fine. Cool. What is this one? He fucking read a bunch of manuals, and now he's a master? What the fuck is this, Kung Pao? Like, it's not how it works, okay? No. Fuck that. Go fuck yourself. And the Turtles, them having noses still bothers the shit out of me.
The faces really bother me. There are things that bother me a little bit, but I view it as, see, I really like the whole turtle universe is because they, like, if you watch the cartoons, they've explained it where there is the turtle multiverse. Right. So that's how I deal with it, because there are certain things in every version of Turtles that is out that you have a little problem with. Because I grew up with the 80s cartoons. Oh yeah, I grew up with that, playing the video games. I had all the toys, which I came to realize I had a lot of the knockoff generic toys or not so cool ones, But I just came to that realization because I was talking to somebody and they had like all the original people like that looked original. I had ones that like Leonardo was a cave, not a caveman, but a cave turtle, and it came with like Triceratops that he rode on. Oh my god! And then I had another Leonardo that was a samurai, and he had like a full samurai getup and like. But apparently those were like, they were real ones, I guess, but like the cheaper end. Oh, I'm like,
yeah. That's always a sad realization.
But I know my mom was a single mom, so
right.
I got what I got. But yeah, so after watching the cartoons, because I've watched the cartoons where they all meet up. It was like it was the cartoons where the turtles looked like they were on steroids and they had no pupils.
Oh yeah,
that one?
Yeah.
I really liked that one, but they had the multiverse ones where they met the 80s ones, and then they also met the what the hell, the original ones, the black and the black and white ones.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Where they're all red bandanas and you can't tell which one's which, which never made sense to me, but whatever.
It's the kind of money they had at the time, man.
But yeah, so ever since I've seen that, I kind of just I'm cool with mostly anything the Turtles do, and I love. I really like the newer movies, and especially this new one that's coming out. It's got Casey Jones, which is Arrow,
right?
And it's nice to see Stephen Amell in something that he's not brooding and all sad. He gets to play around and be funny, and I could go without Megan Fox. I don't. I see all I see her is Megan Fox. I don't see April O'Neil or just like another random person. It like to me, it's still not April. But I love the Turtles. They're funny, and you get a little bit. It seems a little bit more of a dynamic, and they seem a little bit more different from each other than like the '80s movies, '80s '90s movies.
Well, there's always been the problem I always had, the problem with Raph and Leo fighting.
You don't like that?
No. I have no problem with that. It always just feels manufactured.
Did you watch?
It's not organic. Like,
did you watch TMNT though? The 3D live or 3D movie?
I saw parts of it.
Have you ever seen the fighting in that one?
No.
Because they actually literally fight each other in that one.
Gotcha.
So that one's based. It's supposed to be the sequel to the first and second. What the hell? The first and second movies where there was the live action.
Oh yeah.
That was supposed to be like a continuation of that story, and Turtles 3, where they went back in time, did not exist. Which I love that movies could do that. I wish my life could do that. It's like, oh, you remember when that? No, that never happened.
That's not canon anymore. No, that's not canon. No. That was we had a different writer at the time.
Yeah, and he sucked. We fired him. Got a different producer too. You always got to have a different producer.
We got a different guy now. Yeah.
Better budget.
Director's better. Yeah, it's all better, man. No,
but in that TMNT one, they literally fight, and it's like that one I think was great, and they did an awesome job with finally fighting.
Yeah, I mean, but my problem with the fighting isn't like the fact that they fight. I'm fine with them actually fighting or whatever, or not actually fighting. I mean the actual conflict.
Really?
Yeah, like.
Well, I guess a little bit in the. Are you talking all through it or certain versions?
The latest one. It didn't. There was no reason for Raph to be angry at Leo whatsoever. Like he's just like, oh, so you think you're the leader, and I'm just like,
Well, that's always been how their relationship is,
right? But I need more of a setup than just them going, you got, I don't like you because you think you're the leader, and Splinter said I was the leader, so I'm the leader, and then fucking Michelangelo's like, guys,
you just really want to have in-depth turtle beefs. You're asking too much. It's fucking turtles, giant ass turtles fighting a fucking transformer looking dude.
you mean the
Transformer Shredder?
The silver, the samurai from Wolverine, because that's what he was.
You know what? You're not gonna make me change my mind. I don't care. I love him. That's one of the, what do they call it when you love something?
Nostalgia.
Not nostalgia. Yeah. Well, there's probably nostalgia there,
no,
but
that's pretty much all it is.
No, it's not Dirty Secret. What the fuck is it?
Oh,
Secret
Guilty
Love?
Pleasure?
Guilty Pleasure. Yes.
Yeah,
It's my guilty pleasure. So I will enjoy my guilty pleasure this weekend.
You should feel real fucking guilty.
I will not, because I'm going to see Casey Jones hit people with hockey sticks. And I mean, it's got Bebop and Rocksteady. And they look good.
I'm apprehensively excited about the new one, but
you're just hating on the
I
previous
refuse to like give the first one any kind of credit.
Okay.
Like fuck them. Will Arnett barely saved that movie.
Oh man. Oh. Wow, I wrote a bunch of stuff, but this was all before like the last two conventions, so now I don't know what any of it means.
I have shit tons of stuff and I know what all of it means.
Well, aren't you awesome?
I am pretty cool, yeah. Oh, nope, that's a list of food I had to buy.
Here's one for you. We may have talked a little bit about it before, but team building. Do you do any of that at your work?
Nope.
We talked about it a little bit on the 9th episode, but we didn't get deep into it because my mom went out for a team building thing.
Oh, yeah, the zip line thing. Yeah.
She had a nice time, I guess. She said she's glad she did it, but she like zip lined like once or twice because it wasn't just like once across. Like you had to go through this whole thing. Like after the first or second time, she goes, "Yeah, I just walked. This other girl wasn't feeling good supposedly, so she helped her." But
nice.
I've heard of, and I've done this one before, where the team building or like the getting the whole group together and doing this, go paintballing.
How is that team building?
I've always wondered that myself. I have
team building. That's like when you guys go on a field trip to Universal. We're gonna learn a lot about physics here, kids.
Well, and that's like, it kind of helps because you get to shoot people you don't like.
Yeah, but after a while, they start to realize you're only shooting Johnny in the ass. Even when the game's not on.
I've never been a fan of paintballing, so when we did it at this time, I like shooting things, right. But I like shooting at just targets and stuff. I don't like getting shot at, even with paintball stuff, because
shit hurts.
It fucking hurts. Yeah. I got like pussy skin, so
shit hurts.
And I've done it a few times, but when I did it this last time, I was really good at hiding, so I only got shot a couple of times.
Right.
But like at this place, it's like a place down by my work over in Apopka. I don't know if I can't remember the name of it, but it's been there a while. And we were there with my old job, and we had broke up into a bunch of different teams, and so like the rule was if somebody was too close, you're supposed to go bang bang, you're dead, instead of actually shooting them, so they don't get hurt.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Yeah, you point the gun, bang bang, they're dead, and they're supposed to be out. So, like, I get a little twitchy with this stuff because I don't like getting shot at. So, this one guy is like running up to me, and you're yelling, but you don't think people can hear you. And I'm like, bang bang, you're dead, and he's still yelling, or still coming at me. I don't want to get shot because I'm like, he can only see my face, so he's gonna shoot me in the face or some shit.
Right.
And I'm like, no, and then so I'm like, bang bang, you're dead. He's still coming, so I accidentally hit the trigger and I shot him right in the throat.
Oh god.
Bare throat, man.
What an asshole.
You just hear
what an asshole. You couldn't just shoot him in the leg or something?
Dude, if I tried to shoot him in the throat, it would have been like across the room or some shit, or I would have hit a bird or fucking. But if I just went and hit the trigger, and those are hair sensitive shit right there, man, and just
what an asshole.
So,
how's that for team building?
Team building.
Oh my god.
Dude, I worked for like another year or so with that company, and I would go to his specific store, and he would always bring it up.
He'd always be like, and you're like, yeah, sorry about that again.
Yeah, and he broken like trachea and shit.
Right.
He always whined about it. Like,
what a little bitch.
It's like, come on, dude.
He's got the little machine. Hello. I picked up smoking because fuck it, why not? Already lost my voice. Oh shit. Okay.
So you gotta.
I got fuck tons of topics, man.
Fuck tons. Well, we'll go back and forth. So that was one I had.
So this is like a two-parter.
Two-parter.
Yeah. So just bear with me. It's not long at all, but relatives bridge to. Oh, yeah, I remember that now. So I was in the store, just going around, just shopping, doing whatever, and I'm the kind of guy. I have a list. I know exactly where to go. I walk to the back of the store. I pick up the shit, and all in a line, so I don't have to go back and forth and all that. I'm in, and I'm fucking out, and if it has a self checkout, I don't even have to talk to anybody. But like, if I'm in a store, and I'm fucking moving, if I'm standing still, feel free to talk to me. Feel free to ask me something. Feel free to offer me products. Whatever. It's my fault for stopping.
Right.
But if I'm moving, don't fucking talk to me.
Right.
Stay the fuck out of my way. Just don't even look at me. And I walk
too
around,
good for you.
I walk around with a pissed off look on my face and everything, just so people know, like, don't talk to me.
That's just your normal face, buddy.
It kind of is, yeah. It's just what happens. I'm really not that much. Yeah, I am.
Yeah, you are. Don't even lie.
So anyway, and then the other thing is
Bailey.
The words excuse me must be a fucking alien language.
Oh, it's gone.
Because not a single fucking person on this goddamn planet seems to be capable of fucking saying excuse me. Like, I swear to God. I walked through the store and the fucking, and people always say, like,
Go lay down.
Fucking dogs. People always say, like, oh, this generation, that generation, blah, blah, blah. No. Shut your fucking old mouth, okay? Because you're the fucking one, too.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, the fucking
80
40
to 8.
It doesn't fucking matter. Everybody is a rude cunt. And then I'm sitting here feeling stupid because I'm walking through not trying to knock anybody over saying, oh, excuse me. And people are looking at me like cocked heads and shit. Like, what the fuck is he saying? You'd have thought I went around going just like, nah.
Yeah.
Because, like, they look at me like I'm fucking high or some shit.
Do you do the thing where, like, so you're in the aisle.
Yeah.
And, like, you're on the right-hand side and somebody else is on the left. How it fucking should be.
In America.
Number one.
Yeah. In America.
Yeah. And so the person on the left is, like, looking across onto your side. So, like, when you walk past them, you say, excuse me. Do you do that?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
If I'm getting in the way of your field of vision,
yeah,
I'm saying, excuse me. If I even come close to somebody, if I come within the, you stick the arms out and spin around the bubble. Yeah. If I'm coming within that bubble, and if your cart had arms, I imagine that too. And I'm gonna like break that bubble. I fucking like excuse me. See, but I'm that guy. I actually leave my cart like at the beginning of the aisle and like run and grab my shit and come back.
Oh, okay.
And I park it. See, and I park it in front of shit that nobody ever touches. Like, oh, Triscuits, I can leave it here. Nobody's gonna buy this bullshit.
Oh, now we just got hate from all the Triscuit lovers.
Oh, Nabisco's gonna have a big problem with me in a minute anyway, because that's part of my topic.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Where's the dinger?
Yeah. Sorry, Nabisco. Just stick to Oreos. You're good at that.
Oreos.
Right? Like, I can't knock it. Oreos are delicious.
Double stuffed Oreos.
Man, I love the vanilla ones. Those are great. They have like a strawberry cheesecake one I had to fight not buying. I was like, you fucking know what I want. You know what I want. I had that fucking, what was it? Billy Crystal and what's his name? Robert De Niro. Analyze this.
Oh, yeah.
You. I did that to an Oreo packet in the middle of one was you.
Because that's not awkward at all.
You. Hey. All I had to do was say excuse me, and people thought I was crazy, and they left me alone. So
there you go. So continue.
That's about it, man. Like, I don't see why people can't fucking say excuse me anymore. Like, if you have fucking kids, you're a cunt too, because you haven't taught your kids to say fucking excuse me.
Yeah,
I don't understand it. And everybody looks around with like a pissed off look on their face, like they're angry to be everywhere. I get it. I do it too. But I still say excuse me, or even pardon me, or, because, like, I don't want to inconvenience anybody because I don't want to be inconvenienced.
Yeah.
I treat people how I want to be treated. Fucking imagine that.
Yeah. Well, that was like at Ocala. Everybody does stuff differently, and when you go to look at an artist's stuff, like, there's those people that will go through the mini canvases and go frack. Then there's like really nice people that like ever so slowly. When I even got to go, you can go a little faster. They're protected. I mean, don't whack the crap out of them, but But there was 2 or 3 times that I had, because people are like super protective of their fucking kids anymore, and I don't like them. I hate kids. I'm sorry. If you have kids, I'm sorry. I don't fucking like them. I'm never going to have them. I've been saying that since the day I was born. I came out of my own mother, went, I'm not having kids, right before I got slapped in the ass.
Fuck what I am.
Fuck what I am. I looked in the mirror every day and punched it because I was a fucking kid.
I hate kids. And then he had one pube and he was like, yes! It's over.
But, so, I always have to remember that I have very little patience for kids when I'm being the artist guy. So,
it's not like they're people.
Yeah, but when I'm trying to make money off their mommy and daddy. So, like, I had, while we were at Ocala, I had, like, really long tables. I had, like, 2 10-foot tables together. So I had space to put, like, some of the original bigger paintings right on the table.
Right.
Which ended up working. I sold, like, a couple this big, or 3 of them this big.
Right.
So I would fill them up with other stuff. Well, I had like kids coming on, and they would like put their hands all on it and slap the crap out of it.
God.
Oh my god!
People,
and then I had like
keep your children from touching shit.
Then I had teenagers putting like bags on it, and I'm like, hey, could you not do that? But the best one was it was a dad and his son, and the son was like probably close to his teens or something, like early teens. And they're like doing that kind of slightly far away stuff, and I talked to them. I did my spiel and everything, and they kind of were just looking, not really.
Right.
I guess didn't want to talk to me or whatever.
Right.
So the dad's like pointing at different things, and he goes and points and actually touches the canvas that's on the table, and like hits his finger with it a couple of times. I shit you not, the kid went and slapped the dad's hand out of the way. I'm like, yes, this is the greatest kid ever.
I mean, is it really that fucking hard? You just learned it was original artwork that you paint by hand. That fucking means don't touch it, bro. Would you walk up to the Mona Lisa and start poking it?
Nobody understands. Well, and it's weird too, because I have like, and
not that your shit's the Mona Lisa, but
but I've had
Mona Lisa's fucking ugly anyway.
2 shows right in a row, and I've had people.
No, I've got the Louvre too. Ding.
So I've had 2 shows right in a row, and you meet so many different people.
Right.
And like I have my wall full of different things. So like part of it's prints, and then other parts originals, and then like on the floor I set the big originals. People can't tell the difference, especially like they're like looking at the print and they go, it's a print, it's a flat piece of thing, and then like all my art's on canvas, and they're like, is that an original or a drawing? Or I'm like, how can you not figure this out?
You always give the spiel anyway. Like, how is this complicated?
Dude, people don't even like. I'll have some people like look at my wall and just look at the wall, and like they'll like everything on the wall, but they don't see something they want and won't even look in the book.
Right.
Like none of these people fucking know how this shit works. Like my first convention, I figured it all out. People put shit up behind themselves to catch the attention, and they put shit on the table so you can flip through the fucking books because there's more in the fucking book.
Right. Well, you remember, when I was at Megacon with you, I'm sitting there and I'm like, come on, look through the book, you wanna.
Oh, yeah, I know, like, I was actually talking to my buddy Cruz, who's an artist himself, and he just got into it recently. And he's one of those guys that I've been given a bunch of advice to. And we were talking back and forth about different things, and I'm like, he was talking about something like a certain type of people. I'm like, oh, I call them hoverers. He goes, what in the hell is a hoverer? I'm like, you don't know what a hoverer is? He goes,
it seems pretty self-explanatory.
He goes, well, he thought it was something else. What he thought a hover was basically a squatter, because where he was, him and Izzy, another artist, were at Ocala Comic Con, they were like at the back right hand corner and people couldn't find them. Well, if there's like space open anywhere and it's usually teenagers, that a teenager can squat at and sit down and like not have to move for a while, they will take that space up.
Right.
So I guess he had like a couple of teenagers like sitting in this one spot. Basically, you could not see his stuff. So he's like, oh, I thought you were talking about that. I'm like, no. That's a fucking squatter. Fuck them. Hoverers are people that you have your table in front of you, and they stand like 5 feet or more away from your table, and they're looking at all your shit. And they'll stand there for a while, and it's usually 2 people.
Right.
Once in a while it'll be 1, or it's always varies. And they're like talking to each other about you and your work.
Right.
But they won't come closer.
Right.
So I've learned to fuck with them, because sometimes I can hear them. I have pretty decent hearing, so I'll get into the middle of their conversation. Their eyes get fucking huge, dude.
Right.
Like,
because they think they're far enough away.
Oh yeah,
it's like, guy, if you want to talk about somebody, like, go the fuck in the other room.
Yeah, or go like 3 tables down.
Didn't your mama teach you how to lie?
And I've learned, like, even before I did this stuff, I've always been aware of my surroundings, so I watch what everybody's doing, because you have to catch. I mean, I've made sales just catching somebody looking at a certain thing or saying something. I wish
somebody had a Harley Quinn here.
Yeah, I wish it was that easy.
Right.
But yeah, like, so I was giving him different advice on how to get those people into them, because basically you just have to break the ice with people. And what I usually do is, like, if they're standing so far, I'm like, you guys can come closer. I won't bite, I swear. I don't have my fingers crossed at all. And I do different jokes like that to break the ice. But yeah, it's when it comes to people and like giving a shit about your art, or like being respectful about that stuff. I've had people. I always have people like go through and flip through every bin I have of mini canvases, which is usually 4 of them, and they leave them all facing forward.
Right.
They'll go through the full book and leave the book like in the middle or at the end, and it's like there's a common courtesy.
You should leave like a little sticker in the back of the book, like please turn back to first page.
Well, and you would just think there would be common courtesy to like the Boy Scout way of leave it the way you fucking found it.
Yeah, no.
If they were all pushed back, push them back. If the book was at the beginning, leave it at the beginning. Then you have people like thinking that they know better or know more than you. So like they'll go and they'll get to the end of the book and they turn it into the middle.
Right.
And I'm like, it's just twitching.
See, and I would sit there and like engage them, like explain to me how that makes sense to you. Do you really think somebody's gonna flip to the right and then flip to the left?
Yeah. Well, and
like, how do you read a book?
Yeah, and I always make sure to put like my most favorite or the one that I know catches the most eye print on the very front page.
Right.
Because they go, ooh, and then they go and look through the rest of the book. I mean, it's all like fucking basic science for all this shit. So yeah, there's so many people. You can hear my one fun story on episode 9 where I almost decked out a dude on the first day of Megacon.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Oh man,
you were salty.
I'm still salty. I was putting up the wall at Ocala the next weekend and just looking at it, going, "That motherfucker wouldn't even be able to afford a panel." Fuck him.
All right, I got a good story. This actually happened a while. This happened before
a fortnight.
It was like two
fortnights.
2 weeks ago. No, it was before. It was like 2 weeks before Megacon, actually.
Oh, so yeah, we're like 4 weeks ago.
Yeah, it was like a month ago. We have forklifts at my job. Well, we have one forklift because we load trucks and stuff like that and containers.
Right.
And we were loading up a container, and I wasn't driving the forklift. I want this duly fucking noted, because if I was, I'd owned up to it. Because I fucked up enough later to the point where it doesn't matter that I wasn't driving.
Right.
So he was the guy driving. He's kind of I don't want to say reckless, but like.
Not safe?
No, it's not even that he's not safe. Like, I've never felt not safe around him when he's on the forklift. But he tends to kind of not be as aware as he should be sometimes.
Okay, zones out a little bit?
Yeah, but not for people. Like, he knows where every single human being is, but, like, inanimate objects, he's just like, fuck them. It's just, like, it's just a tree, it'll die, whatever.
Gotcha.
But, like, a human being, he knows. But, like, I've never seen a dog around, so I don't know what would happen there. I hope he would notice it, but there's no telling. Anyway, so he's loaded up. We have one pallet left. And he swings the back really fast, as he does. And he was really close to the edge of the parking lot, like where the asphalt stops and it turns into dirt.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how much you know or how much a lot of people know about forklifts, but they're very heavy.
Yeah.
Like, when you pick something up on the front of something, it has to have a lot of weight in the back to counterbalance that.
Yeah.
So most forklifts weigh, like, over 5,000 pounds.
Yeah.
Like, a shit ton. Like, most of them actually weigh, like, 10,000 and up.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all just a giant weight that's in the back of it to keep it from falling over when you lift shit up. And so the ass end came off, and the 2 tires in the back are just sitting in the dirt. And he can't get it rolling, he can't get it going. And finally we realized what happened was one piece of the bottom of the body was lodged into the side of the parking lot. So he's like, well, we're not going to be able to get it out this way. He's like, I'll get my truck. He just drives a F-150, which we've gotten the forklift stuck before because we have dirt paths in a few places that are like packed down with gravel.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, if it's wet or whatever, it'll get stuck. It's just It's just what happens. You kind of expect those things when you have dirt and forklifts. Unless you leave it only in the building, you could have some problems. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So He goes and gets his truck, and I'm like, okay. And he leaves it up to me to chain it from the truck to the forklift. And so I hook it on the bottom hook of his hitch, which I knew would be fine. And then I hook it on the forklift, but instead of hooking it to like one of the bracer bars that goes across the front cage, I hooked it to the front cage itself. Because in my head, I was like, okay, the thing weighs 10,000 pounds, but once he gets it rolling, I'll be sitting in it and get it going, so it shouldn't be a problem. He hits it, he guns it, he goes, it doesn't even budge, and then he backs up a little bit, and it fucking, boom, hits it again, and the fucking front cage, like, bends forward like 2 feet outward from the forklift, like, almost breaks off. And we got it out and whatever, and that's when we realized, it was actually dug into the parking lot. That's why we couldn't get it out with just the forklift. And so he's like, oh shit, man, what'd you do? And I was like, what did I do? I was like, what do you mean, what did I do? I didn't do anything. And I'm all like embarrassed and shit. He's like, oh man, you gotta hook it to this part, to the really thick bar on the bottom. And I was like, I didn't know. Oh, fuck. I'm like, if you hadn't gotten it stuck in the first place, we wouldn't be here right now. So he ends up driving it. We put a 4x4 up against the truck that we were loading, which has now been 20 minutes, like over how long it was supposed to take us to load this truck, but it didn't matter. We put a 4x4 up against the truck, and he drives the forklift up against it and like pushes into the truck to straighten the bar back out, because like there was no amount of hammering that would have straightened that fucker out again. Ironically, strong enough to not be hammered, but not strong enough to, withstand it, being pulled. And so the thing's fucking bent out of shape and all this shit. And he's like driving it up against the truck, and the truck starts to like scoot forward. And this is like a giant 40-foot container that goes on like ships and shit. And so the driver feels like the jolting and the entire truck being like pushed forward. And so he's like, oh, I think we got it. He's like, look at that. It's better than new, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, except that giant dip that's in it that I'll be a constant reminder every time I'm on it of my fuck ups. And so the driver gets out of the truck, and he's already driving the forklift back in, my coworker, and the driver gets out of the truck. He's like, what the fuck is going on out here, man? I'm like, what are you talking about? He doesn't speak very good English. He was like, I don't know if he was Spanish or... We get all kinds of drivers, man. Spanish, Ukraine. I met a dude from Russia one time. We get all kinds of people. Yeah, it was fucking all kinds of people. And so he's just like, what the fuck is going on out here? But he said it a lot more scared, and I don't know what kind of accent it is to even mimic it. He's just like, the fuck happened? And I'm just like, what are you talking about? He's like, truck bounce, see? I'm like, nope, didn't see shit, man. It's all locked up. I got the seal on it. Can I get your signature? He's like looking around like, what the fuck just happened? Because he was in the truck sleeping, So the whole fucking truck is jumping forward, and he's freaking out. So that was my fun excitement with forklifts.
Nice.
Yeah, not my proudest moment, but it happens.
So are you able to put, if we took a break real quick, put the two things together real quick?
Yeah, I mean, if we took a decent enough break and we just said, hey guys, we're going to take a quick break, and we will be back in just a second. Okay. A bard. It's a medieval storyteller.
Oh.
Usually the guy who goes around with that. You remember
the little guitar
the little guitar thingy. Yeah. Yeah, and he would sit there and tell stories about knights. That's a bard.
I did not know that. Mm-hmm. So welcome back to the Creative Hangout. We're back. I
had me a little snacky.
He
found out his wife is dead. And then found out she wasn't dead. So,
Yay.
Win, lose, whatever.
Her hair's dead now, though. Mm-hmm. She chopped it all off. A bunch of it off.
Technically, all hair is dead. But, I'll let you have that one.
I'm not a scientist.
I'm no scientist, but I do know dead hair when I see it.
So where was I? Because I wrote down this topic, and I'm trying to think where I was, because it pissed me off.
I couldn't tell you.
I don't know. Or it just came up. So, they've got the newer jukebox machines and bars and different restaurants and shit, the real fancy ones.
Yeah,
that,
those are actually pretty cool.
All the music. Yeah, I love that music.
You pay with a credit card and shit.
Yeah. But have you used it a lot? Like, So I like off-brand music, like stuff that's normally not played.
Right.
I like a little bit of everything, but usually when I try to play some stuff that's different.
Yeah.
Those things piss me off a little bit because if it's not like well known or blah blah blah, they make you pay like an extra credit to play it.
Wow.
I'm like, because I'm going through and I like playing, like Jesse and I were, when we were in Lexington, we were at an Irish pub, and I like to play the Irish music when I'm in the Irish pub.
Makes sense.
I've been in Irish pubs where they were playing all like 70s music, and I said fuck that, and I took like $10 and played all Irish music until I left.
Fuck them. We gonna culture this place.
Yes. Oh, it was like not even good. Like it was like off-brand, like just shit I didn't like. But yeah, so like I'll go and like even some like rock songs that are like not as known. Yeah, you have to pay like double the price to get that to play. I think it's bullshit.
I'm sitting there wearing my Rush t-shirt, just pissed. Just pissed. They're the biggest underground band in the world.
So yeah, that was one of my thoughts.
Was that it?
That was it.
That was it. You know,
I didn't have much to go with on that. I can't remember why I wrote it down. It must have pissed me off.
I guess it made you salty as fuck, apparently.
Salty as fuck.
I got a great one. Okay, so
okay.
I don't often eat at McDonald's very much, especially now that I'm kind of.
That you're super healthy.
Well, I'm really cutting.
Well,
yeah. That's ironic. I eat
your wrist, right?
Huh?
What?
Of course. Down the stream and across the way.
Now we probably pissed off a lot of people.
Yeah, fuck them anyway.
Yeah.
Suicide is painless. MASH. Anyway, that's the theme song. Okay. Yeah. That's actually fun. Is saying suicide is painless, and people are like, "Fuck you, it's not painless." And I'm like, "Whoa, was just asking for somebody to play the theme song for MASH. Relax,
relax,
you fucking ignorant bitch." Anyway, so it's ironic, but I've eaten at McDonald's ever since I stopped wanting to be a fat fuck.
Right.
Then back when I was a fat fuck. Like when I was a fat fuck, I really didn't eat much fast food. I just ate a shit ton of other bullshit I shouldn't have been eating.
Right.
And then, I got thin and I was like, oh, these McChickens though. Fuck yeah,
McChicken.
So I went in the morning and I decided, I've been good for like 2 months. I had been really good on my diet, like almost no cheat meals whatsoever.
Time to spoil yourself.
Yeah, I said I'll get a couple of the sandwiches, the 2 for 3 thing.
Yeah.
I was like, cool, I'll do that. So I'm in line, and I at first I was unsure about the whole McDonald's like 2-line thing.
Oh, the drive-through, yeah.
Right, the double line.
I've gotten used to it.
Now I was always kind of like, I can see this working very well, and
as long as the people in the line are intelligent.
Right, which is dangerous game to play.
I've had more good
than bad. Right.
I think I may have had one bad, but if it depends on your drive-through person too.
Right.
If they're paying attention and they read the stuff to you.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah.
So anyway, so I'm in the second one, the one on the right, the further one away.
Right.
And I don't see what's going on in the left one because I can't see through the menu.
There's a big fucking menu.
Right.
Yeah.
I can't see through the menu. So
no X-ray vision yet.
I see all this light coming from the other, like on the other side of the street.
Was it E.T.?
No, it was like purple and pink, and I'm like, that's weird, but I can't see where it's coming from, and I think it's somebody driving down the road. So I'm like, yeah, the 2 for 3. They're like, all right, cool, it's 320 whatever, 317 whatever the fuck it is, and so I pull forward, and there's a fucking woman there, in a golf cart, that has pink and purple neon underneath the fucking golf cart, and she's in line, and I'm just like, is this fucking for real? And then I have the windows down and I'm listening to a podcast. I'm listening to the
Creative Hangout.
Super Best Friends, but yeah, of course, my own podcast. No, I was listening to Super Best Friends, which you're like nerd shit. Those guys are great.
Right.
So, and I hear like music, and I'm like, no. So I roll down the window, and she's fucking playing "You Dropped the Bomb on Me" from a fucking jukebox in her fucking golf cart, and I'm like, this shit can't get any better, man. So I'm, and I'm sitting. There's nothing else better to look at than this fucking old black woman in this fucking golf cart.
Oh wow.
Right.
Okay.
Just there's nothing better to look at. I mean, she's just great, and she's just and she's kind of bobbing her head to you drop the bomb on. You can see you're kind of getting down with it. I'm like, no shit, man. So she pulls out, and the person the fucking taking the money, she didn't fucking bat an eye. She was just like, yep.
Normal Tuesday.
Another day in Sanford, whatever. And this woman, she paid an exact change, too, which I was like, of course she fucking did. She's 60-something years old. Of course she paid fucking exact change.
1 penny.
Bro.
2 penny.
And it wasn't until I realized she had the sun visors on the bitch and everything. She had it like it was a real car, you know what I mean? And then I finally got to looking at like where a license plate would go. And I'm like, I don't think these are street legal.
Not in that area.
On this particular area. In the downtown area, you can drive them anywhere.
Well, yeah, and
but
there's like the villages, there's certain places here and there that it's like you'll see more golf carts than cars.
Right, and in downtown Sanford, you're allowed to drive golf carts because the speed limits are only like 20.
Oh, like
the brick roads.
Yeah, the historic district.
Right. Downtown historic district, yeah.
The old stomping
ground. Yeah, right. But I finally get down to but on that
stories from that.
On that side of 1792. You don't see many golf carts. Let's just put it that way. So I looked at the license plates. This woman, she had a custom license plate that said Mrs. Emma on it. And I was just like, holy shit. This woman is a fucking icon in this fucking neighborhood, I bet. I'd never heard of her, never met her, nothing like that. But I'm just like, I fucking swear, I bet if I walked up and down and knocked on these people's houses and was like, hey, you know who Mrs. Emma is? I'd be like, oh yeah, man, Miss Emma. Like, I fucking guarantee you she's that woman that everybody in the fucking barber shop and the beauty shop fucking knows.
Right.
Because how do you not when you drive around that fucking flamboyant golf cart?
Oh, yeah.
It was incredible. It was a great way to start my day. I don't remember what happened with the rest of that day, but that was funny as fuck. I remember I was sitting there just watching this unfold in front of me, this plot, and I'm just writing it down in my phone, like, remember this.
Creative hangout greatness.
I was like, remember Mrs. Emma. And I was like, you're not going to remember that. McDonald's line. That might help. Golf cart. Okay.
I've seen and heard some weird shit. I used to work for McDonald's when I was in right in high school. Right in high school.
Right.
And you see some interesting shit through a drive-through. Oh, and I mean, and this is up in Ohio, so that just, the interesting shit is very high there anyways. Like most of the people.
Mm.
So I was the best one I remember is working like one of the holidays, like Memorial Day or something, or Labor Day. What is it? My shit fucking up stuff. My phone is fucking up shit. So
I just heard this static.
We're going back to the old timey tin can.
Old time radio.
So we're like, it was late. So in Ohio, I don't know everyone, but in Ohio and most of the holidays were like everybody's cooking out and stuff, like Labor Day, Memorial Day. Most of the time the fast food places kind of die, especially in my area because there's not a ton of people back in when I lived up there. So it was like a real slow night, and there was like 2 people running the McDonald's. There was the general manager and me. So I had to make the sandwiches and also take the orders through drive-thru.
No pressure.
No pressure at all. So it was pretty dead. So we were actually just like hanging out most of the time. You get little spurts here and there, people in between shit. So a little beeper goes off in my ear. I'm like, thanks for choosing McDonald's. How may I help you? And this guy goes up, let me get up on a double cheeseburger.
Okay, then.
I'm like, and I looked at my manager, and this shit's coming at these nights because it's late night, you get weird people. I'm like, did he just say he wants to get up on a double cheeseburger? She goes, I think so. So I'm like, could you repeat that for me? He's like, yeah, let me get up on a double cheeseburger. I'm like, oh my God, he did. I'm like, so you want a double cheeseburger? He goes, yeah, man, I want a double cheeseburger.
It may be the North, but it's still somehow the South.
And he comes through, and he said a bunch of words. I had no idea what he fucking said.
Yeah. He was Boomhauer. You met Boomhauer?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Dang on the cheeseburger, man.
Get up on a double cheeseburger. I don't know how you get up on a double cheeseburger, but, you go from the back.
I assume you get down on it.
Get down.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Oh, you want to hear an interesting side note that I've heard?
Yeah.
You know, Smash Comics in Sanford,
Yeah.
the place that we hung out for free comic book day.
Mm-hmm.
They're moving.
Is that right?
Yeah, they're leaving. I hope we can talk about it. They put it on Facebook, so I guess you could talk about it. Fuck it, I don't care.
If it's on this won't come out for a couple weeks anyway.
Yeah,
so.
there we go. We'll go with that. So they are. They're moving from the mall, and they're moving. Want to guess where? Look at the
Altamont?
smile on my face.
Altamont?
Nope.
Oh.
We were just talking about it. Downtown Sanford.
Wow, they're gonna die. They're gonna die. Where?
I don't know. They haven't given out a lot of info. I'm gonna try my best to make sure that they, I support them and I hope everything goes great for them.
Right.
But we've been a part of stuff that
Plenty of failed businesses in downtown Sanford.
Or just one repeating one.
Yeah. No, I've been a part of plenty.
Yeah, you lived in the area.
Right. So.
Yeah, and with downtown Sanford, it's for those that are not familiar with it, it's. So I live in the Longwood area, which is a little bit north of downtown Orlando. It's about, 20 minutes?
Give or take.
Give or take, depending on I-4 traffic.
Yeah.
And Sanford's like a little bit more north, like 5 minutes more north from where I'm at. North and to the one way.
Depends what part of Sanford, but yeah.
Yeah, because you could run into Sanford in different spots.
Yeah, because like where I come from, my job and where my partner is, it's about 20 minutes from here.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, now, let me make sure I'm getting this right. Downtown Sanford and historic Sanford are the same place, correct?
Yes. It is the downtown historic district. That's what they call it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I'm trying to compare it for people that are not in the area or never been to Sanford. I'm trying to think of, like, for Ohioans, you would think of Newton Falls. Okay. It's very, what would you call it?
It's got an old-timey feel.
Old-timey feel, very small buildings.
Like red brick roads.
Most of the buildings are like 2 or 3 levels.
No.
2?
More.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Like most of it. So you're thinking right there on like Sanford Ave?
Right.
Like near the post office and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are all 2 stories. But as you get further down towards like Oak.
Oh, okay.
Like there's buildings that are literally like probably 25 stories and shit.
Damn.
Yeah, like
okay. Yeah, because they got the bank. I haven't been down there.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, they've got a few big banks and shit like that down there, but
it's tiny
for the most part. Oh yeah, the area itself, you can literally walk it. The entire if you went right on First Street and walked straight down it, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. I think less than 6 blocks.
Yeah, and it's a very interesting little area.
They got all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
And most of it's boring.
Yeah. They've got a lot of art places.
That
are expensive as hell to get into.
There's a German restaurant, Theo.
There's the Italian restaurant that I love.
Right. Which one's that one?
It was
the pizza place?
Yeah, the pizza place that was a couple spots down from the coffee place.
Sergio's or no.
No.
God damn it.
Is it an L?
No. I can see them.
Yeah, they have the outside patio thing.
I can see their fucking everything. I can see the building.
Yes.
I know exactly what you're talking. Right across the street from the bank.
Yes.
From Wells Fargo.
Yes.
Yeah, I know exactly what I can't remember.
But they got like stuff like that, and then quite a few bars.
There is. Last time I heard, which was 3 years ago, there were 28 places there that had a liquor license.
There's a bunch of hole in the walls. Like, you have to know your area to get into them.
28 of them, yeah.
Well, and then the place that used to be the coffee and the art place is now a really weird bar. I went in there. We went for a Tom and Dan event, and my buddy's like, oh, why don't you come with it? Because I went with a friend and his wife.
Right.
And he's like, oh, well, we want to hang out a little bit more, be out a little bit more because they have a kid, so they're, like, having their date night. And they're like, why don't you come down with us to have a drink? I'm like, well, I don't drink. He goes, who cares? Just come and hang out with us. That's the weirdest bar I've ever been in. It was like...
There's a lot of weird ones out there.
And there's a few real nice ones, but like a comic shop going down there.
I see it ending poorly.
Yeah, I hope it goes well. These guys are fucking phenomenal. I love David and his crew, and I wish them the best of luck.
I see it ending poorly and quickly.
But I know they've had, I think, some problems with working with the mall. Like they've done, like them and the mall have had a little bit of feuds here.
I hear the mall as an entity is like a dick.
Yes, that is what I've heard
from multiple vendors. I've heard that.
And like, you know how when we were there for Free Comic Book Day, we had the vendors outside the mall. Well, like they can only do that 2 to 3 times a year.
Huh.
So like they have to pick and choose.
All these extra people coming in the mall is a bad thing.
Yeah, especially when like the one big store across from the comic shop is closed. Like it's just a wall now that's getting constructed.
Oh yeah, wasn't that where they used to have the puppies and stuff?
Yeah. So I think that's one of the main reasons that they're moving. So hopefully it goes well. But I think us as the Creative Hangout will do our best to help out.
Yeah. I mean,
maybe we can even, now that they're moving into a new spot, maybe we can go do
I'd love to
recording
do some live
there.
shit there and hang out. And
once they get all moved, I'm going to talk to David some more because I'm like on the people they love list. So I'll be there again for what is it, in November of some time for their toy drive again this year.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So maybe we could even do it then.
I don't mean to be negative, and I'm not wishing him bad. I'm really not. But
we've had a lot of experience there.
And I'm not to grease my own ass, but I've had more than you. I've seen a lot of businesses close down. There was a place right below my apartment building. It opened up, and it was a organic, food place. They sold beef, everything, lamb, whatever the fuck you wanted. They had bread, all that shit. And I would walk past it almost every fucking day.
Right.
Never went inside. And then I saw like the prices of some of the shit they wanted in there, and they were a little high, honestly.
Right.
And I was kind of like, and I was like, I'll go in tomorrow. And then all of a sudden they were gone one day.
Now, we hung out at the same coffee place.
Yeah.
That's how we met.
Yeah.
Which is all fun stories on its own.
Another day.
Maybe the next episode. That would be a good one to tell. So, but now I heard stuff from the person that ran that place.
Oh yeah.
With the
like conspiracy theory shit.
So that's what I'm getting to. Is there any truth of the like Sanford mob?
The only
the old people running the place.
I would say yes and no.
Okay.
Theo, the guy who owns Hollabox.
Okay.
He basically owns the entire block that restaurant is on.
Okay.
And he does not rent to people he doesn't like. He doesn't, he doesn't sell to people he doesn't like. He is a strict man. He's German. I mean, it's just the way they are.
Yeah.
Achtung and shit. But anyway, past that, I don't really know. I don't really want to know.
Yeah.
I know the building I live in. I know my landlord owns a couple other buildings in the area.
Right.
But past that, man.
I have noticed that they don't like anything that involves teenagers.
Oh, no, they do not.
That's why the coffee place seemed to have the problems they did, even when they went down to the other spot.
Right.
It was, like...
You guys are too loud. Well, that's what tickles the shit out of me, because where the coffee shop was, they got most of their flack because the coffee shop was also, he was a luthier, a guy who works on stringed instruments.
Yeah.
And he was a guitarist, and he used to actually have concerts and shit in there. He had a nice little platform, almost stage thing going on.
Yeah, it was awesome. And
like a raised platform.
Young people come in and do like open mic shit.
Right.
And
it was awesome.
Fucking awesome.
It was great.
That's where I got started with the art stuff.
That's pretty much where I got started with my band.
Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't for that place, you wouldn't be listening to the show right now.
No, I can say that definitely. Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for that place, you wouldn't see me at conventions.
Right.
I mean, hands down.
So they used to get all this flack for being loud and shit, past a certain time, because they were like right near a theater, which nobody ever fucking uses that theater, because everybody likes the Budweiser theater that's like down the road, like literally like 4-minute walk away.
Yeah.
And it is a nicer theater than that other one.
Yeah. I was in that one theater. I thought shit was gonna fall down on us.
Oh yeah, no, it's like the rafters look scary and shit. Yeah, it's rough. But anyway,
Sting wouldn't even be up there.
No. So anyway, he would get all this shit for being loud. Well, in his place, where that place used to be, is a fucking CrossFit store now, or a CrossFit gym.
Yeah.
Is right there, and I'm like,
and they play loud ass music,
fucking booming ass goddamn music. And then right next to them now is they sell Heroes gyros.
Yeah, I've seen that place.
Yeah,
but now if you think of it, it's all adult stuff.
Yeah, that's true. It is only grown-ups at the CrossFit place. I've never seen a teenager there.
Teenager problems. And then, I don't know what the teenagers do in that area. But, they killed the one spot that was teenager-friendly, and everybody was, able to relax and hang out. And
yeah.
I mean, it was really great.
It literally was the only place for me to see and meet people my own age back when I was 18, 19.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was the only place that I knew of that I could go, other than the mall, which is you can't go meet people at the mall.
Yeah. Well, and it was great for me because I was a little bit older, but I don't drink.
Right.
So, I don't go to bars or shit.
Right, because he didn't have a liquor license. He was a coffee shop.
Yeah, he was a coffee shop, and they had really good shit.
I love their coffee.
Oh,
yeah. I miss it every day.
Yeah. But, yeah, it was, it was a nice place for me because I could go somewhere and be sociable and learn to be sociable.
Right.
Without having to have alcohol around me and drunk people. But, yeah, it's, again, I hope... I'm sure Smash Comics has a great plan, and if I'm putting some things together that I've seen, and I think they have a good plan, and I hope they have a good enough. It seems like they have a good enough support system already, so I wish them the best of luck, and we will do as much as possible to continue to help them.
As I said, I don't mean to be negative or anything. I have this unfortunate cloud of memories of the amount of businesses I have seen open and close in that area in the 4 or 5 years that I've lived there. And I mean, the number is just astronomical. And I don't wish you, Smash Comics, I don't wish them any kind of ill will at all.
Just we've seen...
but be prepared, dude,
Yeah.
Be ready, because
well, hopefully they will...
Maybe the mafia's real, dude. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Hopefully it all works out. But, I mean, I'm hoping that that area opens up their doors and opens up their hearts or whatever, like downtown Bartow did with sci-fi or with Main Street Comics.
Gotcha.
Down in Bartow. I mean, that whole place loves the comic shop. They're a big part of sci-fi
like
Bartow.
The community and everything.
Yeah, and there's just huge support down there with John and that group.
And there are people down there. There's a woman, More Wisdom. She runs the Little Fish Huge Pond.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Bar out there. Yeah, she's a kooky lady, but and her bar is kooky too. But that's just how she likes it. And she's I don't want to.
Is that the place with all the?
Yes, that's the place near the Fat Rat or whatever lounge
with all the stuff on the walls.
Yep. That'd be it. That was where I played my first ever gig. Actually,
I was there.
You were there. Yeah.
Looking at the shit on the wall, going, "Holy shit!"
Yeah.
Who did I bring?
They've got that, and that's I'm not going to say she's in touch with the young generation. But she's a lot more open to teenagers, just like the bar that's across the street and down one block and across the street, the West End. They are very open to, they're a bar also, but I mean, you go in there, you're going to find mainly millennials, and they have 15, 16-year-olds playing gigs in there all the time.
They're tight with Tom and Dan.
They're great people, man. The sound guy there, J-Bone, I love that fucking guy. I remember the first gig we played there, him and I just hit it off, and ever since then, it was just every time we go in, it's it was like we just saw each other yesterday. You know what I mean?
Nice.
We just get along that well. We could wrap it up if you want.
Oh, we already hit time.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta do one more because
we'll
do one. We'll do one more with it's just a funny little side story. Excuse me. Oh, we coughed at the same time. That was cute.
We're like Eskimo brothers, but not not at all.
So I'm at my day job a few weeks ago, and we always have random people coming in for different things, trying to sell us something, get us into something, God knows what. So this guy and girl come in, and they work with a windshield replacement company.
Okay.
I didn't know they did like door-to-door things, but I guess like with this, like where we're at, they figure that you can get a bunch of people at one time and knock out and make some money. So they walk in and they're the salespeople, right? And they're coming into our place of business to get us to have our windows fixed and everything. So you would think they would be all professional and everything.
There's nothing
right?
wrong with your windows.
I guess
to me that seems like a really hard thing to sell because like you either need a new windshield or you don't.
Yeah, there's
like,
not like an in between.
There's no middle ground where like, oh well, I guess it is getting kind of old, isn't it?
Well,
like,
and the funny part was they've already been there like twice because I haven't like at that week I haven't been in the shop much.
Right.
So and I don't pay attention to everything. So they most of the time got they've gotten everybody, like both bosses I think needed their windshield done and somebody else, like I think they got 2 or 3 people done and they came in again.
That's gotta be like a luck of the draw thing, man, because like
so
how many people do you know that have fucked up windshields? Like,
I know. So the one guy I work with, like he was a little rude to them and like basically told them, you guys have been in here 3 times, and the way he said it was like, you guys have been in here 3 times, we got all the cars fixed, we're good to go. And he was a little not mean, but he was a little harsh.
Right.
So they go and they leave and he kind of looks at me for a second and he kind of like realized what he said. He goes, was I too harsh? I'm like, a little, but really I wouldn't care too much. He goes, why is that? I'm like, because the bitch walked in with a carton of fucking cigarettes. Like,
Jesus. Just why?
She had a clipboard and it was like a big box of cigarettes, or like a pack of cigarettes, like, but it was like just right out in the open.
Was it a carton or was it a pack? You shouldn't have to think about this. A carton is
no, it was a pack. It was more, but
carton,
either way,
a carton is 20 packs.
Yeah, it was a pack. Okay. But either way, like it was out in the front.
Right.
So it like my whole attention was drawn right to the
what brand
cigarette.
was it?
I think it was Marlboro. Yeah.
Marlboro?
The red ones with the red corners. White pack with the red corners.
That sounds like Marlboro. It sounds like Marlboro Light.
Yeah. And
you sure it might have been 305s.
I don't know. I didn't look that closely, but like I couldn't get over, like, you're walking into a place of business to try to get business for yourself.
Right.
And she just, like, she has her clipboard and she just, like, grabbing the pack of cigarettes. And I'm just looking.
She could have tossed it in her pocket or something.
Tossed it in the pocket, left it in the car.
Yeah.
But hid it in her boobs. I don't know. But, like, just right there. It just, like, that was, like, the first thing I saw when she walked in. Like, I didn't even look at her face, nothing. I just, like... And it just like threw me off. I'm like,
well, that comes back to the whole conversation we've had about Florida. There's no such thing as professionalism here.
No,
it's just good old boy network and just country people. That's all there is to it. We're good, man. We're well over.
Well, yeah. So, you want to do your?
Yeah, sure.
Shit?
I'll toss some plugs. So once again, I'm Will from Will Development. Check me out on YouTube. That's the best place to find me. Weekly updates, lots of cool strongman and DIY IEDs. So just let me know. Hit me up there if you want. It's youtube.com/Will Development. And then Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. I'm all over the place. Website is coming soon. And... yeah, I told Josh what happened with the website and why it's not being worked on,
and that's why I'm chuckling.
He's laughing like a little bitch. And I'll let the little hyena over here take over that. Oh.
Every time I think of hyenas, though, I think of the 3 from Lion King.
That's that's what
Mufasa, Mufasa, Mufasa.
Fucking Whoopi Goldberg and shit.
So yeah, you guys can find the artist stuff for me, joshbauerartist.com. Bauer is Bauer. You can also find my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, all the good shit. Upcoming shows I have, like I said earlier, I'm taking 2 months off, so you won't see me around too much right now. But I will be at Tampa Bay Comic-Con in Tampa, ironically enough. And then I have a booth there in the vendors area. A booth. And then my last show at the moment is Claremont Comic-Con in November. But you can also buy everything online. And we are the Creative Hangout. We are on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all the good shit. Let us know that you like the show. Listen to us on SoundCloud, YouTube. Leave comments, post shit, talk to us.
Share it.
If you want to be a guest, let us know. I know I have some friends that are listening and everything, and we're working on getting our first guest in this studio.
Right.
Our buddy Gray, who's a very talented artist. He will be here in the upcoming weeks. We'll post when he's on. So, as always, thanks for listening, guys, and we'll catch you next time.
Yeah.